Hello, this is Unlimited Splash, where we get better at Magic together through a new draft video every weekday. And today I'm so excited to be playing in the Arenadirect to win boxes of play booster packs of Secrets of Strixhaven. In this event, if we get 6 wins before our second loss, we get a box of booster packs mailed to our house. If we get 7 wins, we get 2 boxes. I did 1 run in the Arenadirect 2 weekends ago, and I managed to win a box of collector booster packs. It was one of the weirdest events I've ever played in. I spent about 45 minutes scratching my head, built a deck I was not proud of, and then all of my opponents got mana screwed and I won the event. So here's hoping that happens again, I guess. Before I buy in, I do want to say I've been on a pretty ridiculous hot streak recently. Over the last 10 Arenadirect events, I have more than a 77% match win rate. And I think I've trophied in 6 of the last 8 Arenadirects I've played in. So that is destined to come to an end pretty soon, I would say. I've gotten some questions about how easy or hard these events are. Do some people really just have an 80% trophy rate in them? Do I have a bunch of runs where I'm falling flat on my face and I just don't post those? I do feel very strongly that for people who are posting videos online of an event like this, it's important to showcase a variety of results. Realistically, the very top players in these events, which people who are better than I am at this, cap out at like a 20, maybe like 25% trophy rate. So that means that 75 to 80% of the runs of even the very best players in the world end with not getting a box. I'm not going to say that I post every single run online. Like everyone else, from time to time, you know, I get a bad pool, I get mana screwed, I get salty, and I maybe don't want to subject you to the 0-2 or 1-2 that comes out of that. But for the most part, I do not censor runs based on the result. Today, for example, it's late in the day. I'm a busy person. I have time for 1 run. If this run ends in a 0-2, it's going online. So now that I've cursed myself by saying that, let's see what we open. All right, goodbye 6,000 gems. Hello, whatever rares are waiting in my pool. Come on, something awesome. Something awesome. Okay, that's a lot of green that I'm seeing. I mean, in sealed, you always want to have on color rares. Rares that you can play in the same deck. So, Witherbloom is the college that performed the worst by a pretty noticeable amount in the first Arenadirect. So it's not exactly ideal to see Bletch, Slumbering Trudge, Ambitious Augmenter, and Grave Researcher. The white-based decks have been performing better, although I will say, you know, Slumbering Trudge, very good card. Ambitious Augmenter, very good card. I think Grave Researcher, in sealed, I'm betting it's pretty good. Lorehold is a fantastic bomb, absolutely, and Silver Quill I'm sure I can't really complain about. I'm guessing Lorehold's probably a step above. Traumatic Critique can be a very wonderful win con, and then I also have Mind into Matter. It's hard to see how many of these are going to fit together in the same deck. Not exactly the rares I would most want to open in the world, but I mean, there's definitely some power in here. All right, what have we got in terms of commons and uncommons? So, okay, looking at white, I have not that many white cards. Eager Glyphmage is low-key a very good card in sealed. Stand Up for Yourself, you're always happy to have removal. Dig Site Inventory, this kind of like synergistic Lorehold card is not really where it's at. White looking very paltry. Okay, in blue, I don't mind Deduce. Tester of the Tangential, I always underestimate this card. Quick Study is one of the most improved cards from draft to sealed, so don't mind seeing that. Double Textbook Tabulator, this card actually turned out to be perfectly respectable, way better in sealed than it is in draft. Double Run Behind, I also don't mind that. And Muse's Encouragement is, you know, not what you want to be playing, but an option. So blue looking better than white. I think Fractal Anomaly is the worst performing uncommon in all of sealed Secrets of Strixhaven, by the way. Okay, Masterful Flourish, don't underestimate this card. This is a hugely underestimated card. People leave it in their sideboard way more often than they should. Feed the Swarm, always happy to see removal. Last Gasp, Adventurous Eater, I'm not so sure about. Grave Researcher is, you know, one of our rares. Double Wander Off is very nice, so that's some good removal right there. Okay, so I'm liking the black removal between Last Gasp, Double, Wander Off, Feed the Swarm, and we have some rares. Okay. What about red? Love Impractical Joke. Ancestral Anger is not where it's at. Let's see, Monstrous Rage is probably fine. I highly doubt I'm going to complain about a Tome Blast. Rebel Rouser is fantastic, not just for synergy reasons. It just has good raw power. Seize the Spoils, actually a rather underestimated card, especially in like Teamer kind of space if you end up there. Pigment Wrangler, much better in sealed than it is in draft. Rearing Embermare, I have a soft spot for this card, still not really what you want to be doing. Okay, our green is looking Okay, all right. Well, we're going to be playing more than two colors today, aren't we? Because here's an ambitious augmenter, triple studious first year. Could be playing Barrage Barrage. Here is a, let's see. I don't know about follow the Lumerets exactly. Mindful Biomancer is not really where I want to be, but Pestbrood Sloth is a fantastic card. So between Pestbrood Sloth and the Slumbering Trudge, we do have some amount of just green stats, which is a strategy that has worked well for me in this format in the past. Okay. All right, in Silver Quill, Inkling Mascot, sure, I highly doubt we're going to be building white-black. But technically I have these. I think the main thing here would be if I want to splash Silver Quill, the card Silver Quill. In Prismari, okay, Elemental Mascot, sure. Stadium Title Mage. I mean, there's really, Traumatic Critique is kind of the thing, but again, I highly doubt Prismari is where it's at in this cube, in this pool, I mean. Okay, we do have some reasonable Witherbloom options. So the Lumeret is one of the biggest movers down in sealed compared to draft because the synergies are just not really where it's at. Same with Pest Mascot. Wait, what's going on? Is this weird to anyone else, or is Lorehold my only Lorehold card? How is that even possible? I got a bunch of Silverquill, a bunch of Prismari, a bunch of Witherbloom, and 0 Lorehold. Well, 1 Lorehold. Okay, that's just strange. That really is making me question my sanity. But okay, then we have a pretty okay bunch of Quandrix. Yeah, kind of looks like this pool is leaning in the direction that you kind of least want to be. The worst performing 3-color combination is Sultai, but it looks like it may just be, that might just be the best option in my pool. Okay, so let's see. I could go Sultai to capitalize on my good black removal. I could just go Witherbloom. I wonder if that would be better. It kind of is a poor use of my studious first years, but it could be like Witherbloom with some minor splashes. I don't really have a major pull into blue, do I? So maybe let's start by just building Witherbloom. So I'm showing a Witherbloom shell just to show that, I mean, I don't think this is where it's at. What I really like in the Witherbloom space is I have good green fixing, love the ambitious augmenter, and then a very solid package of black removal. What I don't like about it is the sheer number of clunkers that I'm playing. I really don't want to actually be playing any of this green life gain synergy stuff that just empirically did not really work last time. So here's what I want to do with this pool. I want to take the black cards that I want to play, which is not even that many black cards, but at least my good black removal, pair it with my good green fixing, and then work in some of the blue power that I have. So I'm a huge believer, for example, in quick study. I mean, not just blue, but also like other colors. So I'm a huge believer in quick study. If we did like a Sultai base, we would get Paradox Survey or Paradox Garden. And then we get to play Mind into Matter and maybe also Traumatic Critique. I mean, I really want to play Traumatic Critique if I can possibly fit in a red mana source as well, which I really think should be possible, given that I have a lot of good fixing, not just the Studious First Years, but also Potioner's Trove, Terramorphic Expanse. And basically, I think I can play a very controlling game. So let's try something like that. Quandrix base, splashing into black, minor red splash. All right, I kind of like this. So the curve looks silly, but bear in mind, every time, the goal is to always play Studious First Year on turn 1. If you do that, on turn 2, you're going to Rampant Growth, so you don't need a 2-drop. Then you also don't need a 3-drop. And then basically, we're just playing an incredibly controlling game from there on out, with a huge stack of removal and card advantage. So this looks fun. This is definitely my style of Magic. A awkwardness of this deck is that I don't think I saw a single Converge card. Is that possible? I literally did not open a single Converge card. So playing green base soup without Converge, is that possible? No Converge? Yeah, that's a little awkward. So I do want to look at some more options. I'll look at 1 or 2 more. This is such a weird pool because I didn't even get any Lorehold cards. Like, I can't even consider Lorehold. I got 0 Lorehold cards except Lorehold himself. So what can I even say? But I don't really want to play silver. Maybe there's a good Silverquill deck in here. I guess I'll look once at Silverquill because I do have a lot of good black removal, but my white looks very suspicious. And then I'm going to also look at Prismari because I did get some pretty good Prismari stuff. So let's look at each of those in turn. Okay, Silverquill, I don't even have enough to make it work. I mean, I have to run weird stuff like Mage Tower Referee, Social Snub. This is just not looking like an option. I mean, I don't know. Adventurous Eater is completely out of place. All in the Alley Shopkeep randomly. So this is just not happening. Now let's look at Prismari. It's not as bad as Silver Quill, but this does not look very impressive to me. I think I would way rather have access to the green ramp and the black removal, and I could play Teamer with the green, but I think the black removal is better than whatever I'm getting from red. I mean, basically what I'm getting from red is like Impractical Joke, Tome Blast, Prismari Charm, essentially worse removal than I get out of black, and you can't really play Grixis. So if I put in the black removal here, I'm not really... 3 color combinations that have only 1 supported college in them, these are not really where you want to be. You'd rather be in something like Sultai, which is a combination of Quandrix and Witherbloom. So yeah, I think some version of that green deck is where it has to be with this pool. All right, this is a weird one. It looks fun, but it does not look great. I think I would not be surprised if this is the one that ends my hot streak. But yeah, let's try it. Let's see how it goes. All right, on to game number 1. Okay, I guess I asked for this. This is not impressive. This is also not impressive, but I mean, deduce. I have a deduce, so I have an opportunity to draw into different colors, things to do. Okay, I actually might just go Tester into Paradox Surveyor then. Actually, I definitely will. Oh, hi, Ambitious Augmenter. Where were you last turn? I mean, this hand looks a lot better. We're getting Essence Scattered. That's perfectly fine. Okay, Cuboid Colony. I have a lot of removal, but it's all in black. So, well, not all. I mean, I do have those run behinds. Put 1 Wander Off on the bottom. Wow, we're getting raced here, aren't we? That's pretty bad for me. Okay. Go ahead and play a land, and I'm really hoping to find a black source here. Increment this guy. That's pretty good. This is rough. Well, that's a lot of things that are not black sources that I'm putting on the bottom. I don't really want to tap land, but okay. Well, I can't move any counters. So at least this guy has reach, and then also Pestbrood Sloth has reach. I always think it has trample, but it does not. But it does have reach. Banishing Betrayal on the card with an awesome enters effect? Okay, don't mind if you do. They're playing a mega beatdown game now, aren't they? Okay, interesting. So I could go Potioner's Trove into Augmenter, for example. Then Paradox Gardens. I really like the idea of playing the Potioner's Trove this turn. The other option is play this and just have the faith that I'm going to get some way of making black mana, but I don't like that so much. I really like the idea of playing Potioner's Trove. I think that sounds really important. Go ahead and drop an Ambitious Augmenter. And then I can play Paradox Gardens. I could potentially be sneaking damage through here, but you have to think about, there's a longer discourse that I don't have time for. You have to think about the information that you give up by attempting that and not actually having a trick. And weigh that against the possibility of actually sneaking through damage. Oh, Exhibition Tidecaller. Good thing I have a Last Gasp. I don't know if that's really what I want to be spending things on, but... Okay, I really want to hit a black source because I would love to use my Potioner's Trove to gain life. That's probably not in the cards this turn, but this guy has reach, so let's land it. Unless they have a counter, but I didn't think that they did. Terramorphic Expanse can get me black mana, so I think that's good. So probably just in with both Tester and Ambitious Augmenter. I'm going to go ahead and kill the Tidecaller this turn, if at all possible. We'll see if they allow this. Okay, very good. I'm very relieved to hear that. And then there's only one thing that this could possibly get, which is Swamp. Yeah. Shuffling in a Wander Off is kind of nice as well. And then we're going to play another Reach creature next turn and hopefully up our Tester. All right, and they didn't have an attack, so I'm happy about that. So let's start with a Deduce here, I think. What if I just move counters from Tester, like 2 counters onto the Augmenter? Or I could play a Pestbrood Sloth, move 1 counter onto the Augmenter, and still be able to play Deduce. That sounds pretty good. So play the Sloth, see if it resolves, but I do get double increment. Increment, increment. Play a land. Oh, I love the sound that the sloth makes. I kind of do like the idea of moving a counter onto the augmenter, but gaining 2 life actually sounds better. So what if I attack with Tester and then they have a bounce spell? Or not a bounce spell, any spell. Then I'm just trading Tester for Elemental Mascot. That does not sound good. Let's not do that. Yeah. I think I just want to go deduce, gain 2 on their turn. And then next turn we can start moving Tester counters over to like the augmenter. The reason I want counters on this one is because when it dies, it makes something chunky. Zaphi, okay, hello. Oh, that's an annoying one. But at least I have a run behind for that. And deduce to try to find more answers. Sure. And then you get to play something else? Wow. No, that's a pretty good turn. Good thing I got rid of Exhibition Tidecaller, eh? Now you get to play whatever you just drew. Hydro Channeler. Okay, I can accept that. I don't think they have an attack. All right, and then I'm going to deduce, draw a card, make a clue. Oh, another run behind is kind of awesome. Just keep speed bumping that Zaphi. I like that idea. All right, I will play a land. Then let's run behind Zaphi right now. And probably just in with the team, right? Or move some Tester counters over to Paradox Surveyor, more likely. You know, I could also have popped the clue, but what if I just move 1 Tester counter onto Paradox Surveyor and then in with everybody? You know, the other option is just run behind Cuboid Colony. Isn't that great? Just run behind the Cuboid Colony and attack with everything. Then they get to block the Paradox Surveyor with Elemental Mascot, but then they're taking 12, and I've just almost certainly won. Nah, I think I want to play... I'm a control deck, so I think I want to play a more resource-constrained, a more resource-aware game, let's say. I'm going to move 3 counters over to the Augmenter. It might have been better to just move 2 counters so that I could crack the clue, actually, now that I think about it. That would have been better. But I really like what's happening here. This seems really good to me. I'll kill the 3/3 over the 1/4. I get 2 1/1s, which is pretty nice. And then can I gain 2? Yeah. So, I mean, you know, gaining 2 is not that much worse than cracking my clue 1 turn earlier, so that kind of worked out. And this ambitious augmenter is such a problem for them. Oh, mind into matter. Okay, is my deck actually awesome? Kind of want to just draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not going to play around Spell Pierce. So let's draw 6. I'm doing this pre-combat because I want to I want information, and I also want to increment my Tester. Yeah, let's just draw 6. I feel like that's usually a good thing to do if you can. And I actually get to increment my ambitious augmenter too. That's really funny. All right, a nice casual draw 6. Okay, put in a Studious first here. Could have been better. Play a land next, in with the team. Proctor's Gaze. Okay, all right. Sure. Okay, well in that case, I'm gonna move to combat. I will pay 1. I will put the counter on Paradox Surveyor. Is my deck actually awesome? I don't think so. But this was pretty fun. In for 4. All right, see what they've got. They have their own, they literally top deck their own Mind into Matter. Off the top, they got Proctor's Gaze into Mind into Matter. Yeah, that's pretty good for them. Hopefully my control game is a little strong for them here. Or not. Burst Lightning, okay. All right. So I can go 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, I mean, this got actually like weirdly quite bad for me. I mean, not quite bad, but much worse for me. Oh, you know what? I was supposed to play Rampant Growth first. My bad. Rampant Growth and then run behind. All right, play a land. I might as well actually crack my clue as well. Probably should have done that earlier. All right, in with the team. Gain one, gain one. Bonk, 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 bonk. Let's rampant growth. 14 cards left. Get a forest, sure. And then I choose to gain 2, even though it taps me down. I mean, I do have a removal spell here, but I actually don't have that much. If they got like splatter technique or something, then there's trouble. But they did choose to put the topiary lecturer in, so. They also put elemental mascot on top, so that tells me something about what they have. The fact that they top decked their own mind into matter is like incredible. You can't make this stuff up. Oh, nothing. They're not doing anything. Okay, well, why don't we start with a quick study? Always a good start to a turn. Oh, nice. Traumatic crit. Traumatic. Okay, so do I just attack them first? No, I think let's attempt a traumatic critique for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 on them. I think this sounds good. See if it resolves. If they have swerve or whatever it is in this set, I'm gonna lose it to just deal 4 to me instead. All right. I think I'll discard an island. Okay, there we go. That was a game that, well, I definitely thought I was losing at first. Then I thought I was winning, but I just could not convert it. And then we finally got there. Does it make me feel better or worse about my deck? Doesn't make me feel super encouraged about my chances of winning a box. But okay, let's see how it goes. I don't think my mana is actually this shaky. I mean, there's an argument that I just play the Slumbering Charge on 1, and I have enough of a chance of drawing anything that fetches me a blue. But I feel like no, let's not go that way. All right, I can put back Grapple and just play a nice honest little Quandrix game here. All right, go ahead and play Ambitious Augmenter. Always a good one drop, but the chances that this is about to get last gasped are pretty high. All right, we're playing an actual responsible, good Silver Quill deck. The kind of deck that I would love to be playing, but just did not have anything like in my pool. All right, that thing has Menace. Nothing I can do about that. We're not getting, our creature's not getting destroyed yet, but our draws are getting destroyed in the sense of only drawing lands. Run Behind and then Pestbrood Sloth is pretty good. Render Speechless on that thing. Oh, and I can't even cast Run Behind. Yeah, this is not going in a good direction. I think I'm pretty much lost, actually, or already at 9 HP. I mean, they just had the kind of a start that my deck doesn't really have the power to deal with. It's just a good, responsible black-white start that I just did not have available in my pool. But I also don't have the good converge payoffs or anything like that. I guess I chump Rehearse Debater here. It's actually forced. Yeah, no, my deck cannot beat a good aggro deck, I don't think, unless I really get an above average start. The Render Speechless was especially bad though, because I would have been able to run behind this guy and that would have saved me how much damage over the course of these 2 turns? Like 9 or something. All right, well, at least I can now chump and not die, right? Unless they have literally anything. Yeah, okay. Bit of a rough one. Bit of a rough one. Double block, chump block, take 1. They get to move the Scolding Administrator counters. If you have +2/+2 and First Strike, Masterful Flourish. That's actually okay because the counters go away. I mean, it's not like it's good for me, but... All right, so what do we need to happen in order to win? I mean, something pretty amazing. Okay, a flyer, awesome. Dang, I wish I had gotten like good white commons. I think I got like 5 white commons, right? Something like that. Okay, all right, quick study. And yeah, there's nothing here. Yeah, I'm just dead to Allen Historian. Okay, all right, GG. Too bad. All right, 1-1, not how you love to start out these events, but hey, maybe we can rattle off 5 in a row. All right, we have 1 of each color. We have a Tester on 2 into Grapple into Pestbrood Sloth. This is more like what I would want to see from my deck. The last hand didn't look bad, but this hand looks actually good. Nice controlling hand against this. Oh my goodness. Well, at least I do have a Grapple with Death, but this is one of the best cards in the format. And also probably one of the best decks in the format against ours, a Lorehold aggro deck. That's fine. I don't care about that. I mean, it makes sense that they would do that as an investment in making their Molten Core Maestro big, but I'm just going to Grapple with Death that thing next turn. That cannot be allowed to survive, so goodbye. I do also get to gain a life, which is nice, going back up to 18. So then next turn I can go Pestbrood. Hello, Traumatic Critique. I hope one day I can cast you. Pestbrood is nice because if they manage to kill it, then I do get 2 1/1s as reimbursement. And those have life gain attached, which is not nothing. Okay, what's going on? This is not what I was expecting. Ooh, that's some Traumatic Critique mana. Okay, so I'm going to start with Ambitious Augmenter. Then I'm going to Deduce. Sure, let's tap like that. Why not? See what happens here. Play this before the Deduce so that it increments. Are you going to kill Ambitious Augmenter with Deduce on the stack? Okay, that's fine. I get 2 1/1s. All right. Play a Mountain, I guess. And then I'm going to crack my clue. Actually, no, because... Oh, yeah, well, I'm not even representing Essence Scatter or anything, so it doesn't matter. But no need to tap down the lands right now. Okay, Tome Blast on that guy is perfectly fine. I get to make a 1/1. Technically, I could have saved this until I could, like, double spell and, you know, activate it twice, but this gives me a 1/1 back, so I don't really hate that. Now, do I want to save Traumatic Critique? I definitely want to play it on their turn. The question is, if they don't play anything worth killing, I probably don't spend the Traumatic Critique, but the thing is, I would like to draw some lands, and I do have 2 other removal spells, so... Do I just Traumatic Critique their face? No, because I'm winning. Like, I'm not winning, but like I'm ahead right now. So let's go ahead and play the Textbook Tabulator. Yeah, I really don't need 2 more lands, thank you. Oh, you know what? My the auto tapper decided to tap down my black source, which is not what should have happened. It did that because I hadn't yet played my other land, so that's actually really bad. Hopefully it doesn't matter, but it very well could. Yeah, that's really bad. Wilt in the Heat. Okay, that's fine. I cannot double spell to double increment it, so that's okay. Okay, so they just have a whole bunch of spot removal in their hand. Is that what happened? That's pretty funny. And they don't want to spend it on my 1/1 army. Okay. I mean, I really want to save Traumatic Critique to be a kill spell, actually, at this point. Oh, hi, Textbook Tabulator. Okay, I guess I'll just play this. I guess I'll just play it. That's really funny. I wonder if they drew more spot removal. So they're more of like a very controlling Lorehold deck. Studious First here into Potioner's Trove. I mean, as much as I want more mana for my Traumatic Critique, I don't think that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can currently deal 5 to them. Yeah, I don't think either of these is what I want. I don't need the Potioner's Trove. I'm not low on life. And I have all of my colors. I don't even have Converge, so being able to make white mana does nothing for me. This is so funny that I built this soup deck with no Converge payoffs. That's just classic me. All right, Fire Dancer, hello there. Honestly, I'm really happy to run behind this instead of wandering it off. Because if they put it on top, I'm very pleased with that. Okay, all right, works for me. Okay, so can I go, so this would be 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this would be 6 damage. So I think it's time to just, do I just attempt lethal? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, let's only traumatic critique when it would actually be lethal, I think, rather than relying on successfully connecting with their face to make it lethal. So sitting on a lethal traumatic critique feels pretty good here. Near lethal. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature target player controls. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend playing that card for this reason. It kind of gets stuck in your hand. All right, get rid of that guy. Increment. We're just going to get rid of it on the general principle that they seem to be stuck on not having blockers and not having or not wanting to spend spot removal. And I have like a lot of removal in my deck. In with the team, see what they do. Erode, sure. Sure. All right, I've won, right? So gain, damage. Bonk, bonk, bonk. I love traumatic critique. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6 to the face. And there's nothing for 1 red that does anything here. All right, GG. Okay, so we've successfully got 2 wins with our weird little pool. Every kill is a traumatic critique kill. 1 more win, and we at least get some gems back. With this pool, I would be very happy with that. I'm not feeling good about my deck, and I'm not feeling good about my pool, because I don't really think there's a clear alternative in the pool. Okay, oh, I love this hand, actually. Do I turn 1? I probably turn 1 the Studious First Year. I'd rather play Ambitious Augmenter when I can double spell with it, and Studious First Year is just so much better on turn 1 than on any other turn, and it's just so great on turn 1. Oh, I love that. So now I can actually get my Mountain and be completely set up to cast anything. That's pretty awesome. Unless they kill Studious First Year, which would be very understandable. Yeah. Okay, Bitter Triumph. Sure. Okay. Yeah, well, that's unfortunate, but I didn't need the Studious First Year. I will play the Ambitious Augmenter because they just spent their kill spell. If they had a Last Gasp, they would have spent that instead of Bitter Triumph. What? Are you serious? They must have top decked that. Why would you... like, why would you spend the Bitter Triumph if you had the Last Gasp? It makes no sense. Okay. That's so funny. Okay, go get a Mountain. I don't know. I mean, eggs on my face. What can I say? It's so bizarre. Okay, I'll go ahead and I'm going to play the Pestbrood Sloth. If they kill it, they kill it. Everyone is playing such controlling decks. It's so funny. Everyone's playing just all the spot removal. All right, I get 2 1/1s back. So I guess the answer is they had 1,000 pieces of removal in their hand, and that's what was going on. Really glad that I can embrace the paradox. You know what's good against spot removal is card advantage. Bonk, bonk. So yeah, I'll do that at the end of their turn. It is an instant. I loved this card in every time this card shows up. I love it. I could run behind my own 1/1 to deprive them of the card draw. What if they're actually Mardu or something and that's why they're not able to play that much right now? All right, I'm gonna go ahead, embrace the paradox, draw, put a land in. Very nice. Okay, it is a little annoying that this like shuts me down. Let's draw a card before anything else. Oh no, why? Are you kidding me? How many lanes did I just draw? I mean, I guess part of that is on me for playing Potioner's Trove. All right, sure. I'll play a land first, I guess. Pop this. Can I get something, please? Oh, Paradox Surveyor, that's something. But I tapped the wrong land. Okay, well, these things happen. And then I'll go ahead and gain 2. All right. Yeah, that was a very unconvincing embrace of Paradox into Deduce. Okay, but my opponent didn't have something convincing to do either. So I'll go ahead and play Paradox Surveyor. Traumatic Critique would be nice, or no land. That would, that could always happen. Yep. Okay, I'll go ahead and just play this. I don't have any attacks. And dang. Well, my opponent is stuck on lands, but my opponent is stuck on no lands. I'm stuck on only lands. Slumbering Trudge. Hello there. Go ahead and play a land. Attack with the Surveyor. See what we get. Could there be a board wipe or something happening here. This makes me a little scared. What is my opponent doing? Are they mana screwed, perhaps? Is white a splash? I don't think so. It's basically like, do they play a forest into the green-black board wipe? That's kind of the option here, right? I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna play this out. I don't know what's going on. I'm guessing spot removal, in which case, okay, Sundering Archaic for 2. Okay, what is happening? They're like super mana screwed. Interesting. Do I want to spend a draw step and a bounce spell getting this back? Probably not. I can just kill the Sundering Archaic and keep attacking. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Wow, wild. Are they actually mana screwed? Kind of seems like it. All right, I'll draw some cards. That's pretty good. Proctor's Gaze. Well, I don't really want to bounce their Sundering Archaic, do I? But I think I will choose to kill it. Attack with the Surveyor. So strange. They must be Abzan, right? That's probably what's going on here. And they just have a lot of stuff locked in their hand. They're thinking about whether to chump, perhaps. I'll play a forest, and let's go ahead and gain 2. Because now I can still Proctor's Gaze if they play something that doesn't have a really good enters effect. Oh, they were Mardu. Okay, I get it now. So now their hand's unlocked. Whatever awesome stuff they've been holding on to, they can start playing it out. Hopefully Run Behind is a good answer to that, though. Oh, that's quite annoying. Dang. Well, I don't want to run behind that. Oh, geez. That's really bad. Ugh, wow. Yeah. Wow. How frustrating. How frustrating looking at 3 bounce cards against a practice Scrollsmith. I can't even attack through that. I mean, that's really bad. Okay, Wander Off on the Scrollsmith is good, right? And I would absolutely love to draw a deal X. So I'm gonna be perfectly happy to bounce my own Paradox Surveyor here. Drawing Traumatic Critique would be a dream, right? And I have a pretty high chance of finding that now. So I'll go ahead and get the land. And then I'll recast this guy. Better than gaining 2. I don't think my life total is that important now. Youch. Okay, so 9 draws to find Traumatic Critique. Okay. All right. It happens. I guess I could have held that for Pest Infestation, but I think playing out the lands is quite reasonable now. All right, let's see what other awesome red cards you were holding on to. Can't help but feel like I played this a little too slow or something. I don't know. These pests have been sitting here doing nothing, but I highly doubt I was supposed to be run behinding an Elite Interceptor. That just sounds wrong. Kirill. Okay, well, that's something that can get run behind. Ran behind? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Traumatic Critique is lethal the moment I draw it. It's really just a race for me to draw a Traumatic Critique, right? When one or more cards leaves your graveyard, it becomes prepared. So, and it makes a sorcery. So I can always... Okay, this is actually really interesting. This card put 3 non-traumatic critique cards on the bottom of my library. So I actually, or 4 non-traumatic critique cards. So I actually do not want to shuffle, right? I actually do not want to shuffle. I'm not going to cast Rampant Growth. And basically my idea is the moment a card leaves their graveyard, I should get priority from whatever makes that happen, and then I can run behind Kirill if I don't want them to be able to cast their sorcery. All we're doing is trying to draw Traumatic Critique. That's the name of the game. And just don't die until you draw Traumatic Critique. Wow. How frustrating. All right. Well, I guess I'll put Kirill on top so that it doesn't get prepared, but then you can play Kirill. But then you're going to gain a bunch of life? Oh, that's... Well, this got pretty unfun. You know what I can do is I can run behind my Paradox Surveyor to draw Traumatic Critique. That's what I should have done. I should not have used my run behind on that. I should be bouncing my own Paradox Surveyor to increase my chances of drawing Traumatic Critique as quickly as possible. Oh, thank goodness they can't cast that. You can give this a lifelink? Are you kidding me? How annoying. Wow. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11. So I can still kill them, right? I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. But the thing is, I cannot kill them if they... I cannot play Paradox Surveyor and kill them in the same turn. And they're going to get a bulk up on their Hardened Academic. Yeah, okay. I think I'm actually just going to take it. I don't want to run behind my Paradox Surveyor now because I want Traumatic Critique to be a surprise. No, I mean, we've like almost certainly lost. They just unlocked. I don't really know how to... Like, I can bounce my Paradox Surveyor and recast it, try to draw Traumatic Critique. But now I really want the run behind to get rid of Hardened Academic. Mind into Matter is a good one. Yeah, that's going to help me draw Traumatic Critique. So I'm going to Mind into Matter myself for 6 probably. 6, 7, 8. Knowing that I can then run behind. So let's do 7, 5, 6, 7. Mind into Matter for 7. Then I can run behind and also gain 2. That sounds good. Okay, that's a good one. I like that. Okay, maybe I haven't lost. Draw X cards. Okay, so Traumatic Critique is going to be one of those X cards. All right, I forgot about Mind into Matter when I said I had definitely lost. Okay, I'll put in a Tester. I guess that makes sense, because I can then play the Paradox Gardens. And I think it's okay to let them untap with that Hardened Academic. Okay, all right. Feeling a lot better about things now. Technically, actually getting 1 damage in is really important. So I do attack with the Paradox Surveyor. Let's just attack with everything, just to get them a little bit lower. I'm not worried about my life total. So I can attack with everything. Interesting, interesting game. Okay, they're going for the pure value play. Bonk, bonk, bonk. And end. And then I can even wander off their Hardened Academic. All right. Lorehold. Flipping a Lorehold. Okay. So what does this do? Each instant and sorcery has Miracle, which is as it's drawn. Okay. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep. Okay. All right. So I actually don't care about Lorehold. Sounds funny to say, but I actually don't care about Lorehold. Oh, their deck is awesome. They just got stuck because of their mana. That was the issue. Okay. Oh, I really thought I had lost. Interesting run, my friends. All right, you attack with whatever you want. Nothing, perhaps? All right, I'm gonna Last Gasp for the Hardened Academic. I mean, none of this really matters. I'm just gonna Traumatic Critique them for 7 next turn. I almost lose from decking. but this only makes me draw 2. I draw 1 for turn and then draw 2. So I counted my mind into matter correctly. 7 was the right number. I kind of wish that I hadn't last gasped this because it doesn't even matter. I made them think. I gave them the cost of thinking really hard about whether to let that resolve, but it's actually not relevant. So with that on the stack, I'm going to go 5, 6, 7, zap you in the face, right? There's no like instant speed life gain or anything that I need to worry about here, is there? Nah. Bonk. And I'll discard a forest. Wow. Every kill I get is from traumatic critique. That's so funny. That is so funny. All right. Hey, you know what? Not the best pool in the world, but we got some gems back. 3 wins, 1 loss. If we get 1 more win, we actually get basically our entry fee back, and you have to be happy with that. You have to be happy with pretty much getting your entry fee back. Their deck, wow. Lorehold, Arc of Hunger. Their problem was they were just completely mana screwed. I kind of love this hand. I don't think I'm supposed to keep it. If you mind it to matter for 2, you're not happy. You really, but I have all 3 of my colors. You know what? I'm gonna get greedy. I'm gonna get greedy. This might be the end of me, but I feel like being greedy today. I just think if I don't get pressured too much, then this hand is kind of awesome, and Last Gasp helps me not get pressured too much. Oh, this is kind of cool. All right. Well, let's see if they have Essence Scatter. If they do, so be it. Like, getting counter magic out of their hand is probably just good, given the awesomeness hiding in my hand. I think I can put the island away. I'm gonna find enough lands to do what I want to do. And the next turn we're gonna go Potioner's Trove, Last Gasp, Quick Study. Good card. Wow, the sleeves are cool. I haven't really seen that art style in Magic. Okay, so next turn, Brotherhood's End. Okay, that's a great card, but that did not exactly showcase the greatness of it. Just because there wasn't that much to kill. So I think I really want to go. So this thing is only going to find me a land now because I have both of my X spells. Well, no, it could find me a Slumbering Trudge, actually. But I think I just want to go Potioner's Trove. Because, like, next turn I could Mind Into Matter for 4. I don't really want to, but that's pretty good. I could also Traumatic Critique something if they have something big. Stadium Title Mage? That's something pretty big, actually. That might warrant a Traumatic Critique. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can exactly kill that guy. Yeah, I mean, that kind of sucks. That's not how I want to use Traumatic Critique, but I'm not going to let them start attacking me every turn with a Stadium Title Mage. The only issue is they probably have a Chase Inspiration here because they did not play this last turn. They did not draw multiple cards. So they probably were saving this for turn 5 so that it has protection. So, you know what? I have the read on them. No reason to walk into their trap. I'm going to play Paradox Surveyor. No reason to walk into their trap, right? I'm assuming they have a Chase Inspiration in their hand, and I'm going to act accordingly. So now when they attack me with Stadium Title Mage, I'm going to attempt a Last Gasp. They can play their Chase Inspiration. Oh, okay. Doesn't look like Chase Inspiration anymore. Okay. All right. But hey, you know what? We played around it. I don't want to get Traumatic Critique fizzled, right? That's just a disaster. Expressive Fire Dancer, sure. I anticipate they will attack with the Title Mage. Wow, and then you just get to stock up for free. Yeah, I'm getting stunted on. I'm very concerned about this game. But you know, I have some good cards in my hand. Wow. Stock up. I mean, it's very hard to win against stock up. Stock up has like a 2 and 3 times that someone plays stock up, they win in this format. Something like that. So that is an uphill battle. But okay, we're going to rip off a Mind Into Matter for a lot. I think I'm just going to do that while they're tapped down. Because I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, draw 5. Drawing 5 sounds pretty good. Don't mind if I do draw 5. Bonk, 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 bonk. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Oh, Slumbering Trudge. You just put this... Okay, hold on. How does this work? It enters with a number of stun counters on it equal to 3 minus X. I believe it just gets straight up locked down. So let's go for, I think Textbook Tabulator is the one here. I think that makes sense. It's the most expensive one. Yeah, let's just put that in. And I get a Surveil out of the deal, which is pretty good. I really don't need 2 lands here. No, no, thank you. No, thank you. Now this thing can get double strike or whatever, which extra means that I'm not blocking, so let's just go in. Very likely I'm just going to grapple with death that thing next turn anyways. And now I'm just trying to get my opponent low enough that I can traumatic critique their face and win in the only way that I know how to win. Okay, well that's going to get that's going to get grapple with death. Ward, pay 5 life. Well, you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. I'll pay 5 and then I'll get 1 back, please. Thank you. All right, it happens. Listen, some things in life you just have to accept. Okay, and then if you spent that much mana, so I can do this. Even if they have deal 4 to everything, then that's fine. I choose to gain 2 rather than play the Studious First Year here. I don't really want to like super overextend. I mean, I'm pretty extended. I'm pretty overextended already, I guess. But now we can go, how much mana do we have? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can do 6 to face. So basically, if I can land a Slumbering Trudge and a Traumatic Critique, that's GG. Oh, someone got me so good with this at a regional championship qualifier tournament. Oh my goodness, I don't even want to say the grotesqueness of what happened to me. It was out of control. All right, so I'm just going to attack with everything, right? Oh, I should have played a land first in case I ended up with a lethal opportunity to traumatic critique and needed to increment my textbook tabulator to do it. But okay, that's okay. That's okay. These things happen. Stress dream. Sometimes we have stressful dreams. This means that the Fire Dancer does get to block down the Slumbering Trudge. Oh, if I screwed this up, I'm going to be so mad at myself. I could kill the Fire Dancer and bonk them for 9, but I do not think that's where this is supposed to be headed. Oh, they're gonna... Interesting. Well, now I'm just gonna try to kill them, right? No, let's let this... Actually, yeah, because then I kill that guy, even if they manage to, like, redirect my traumatic critique. So I'm just gonna do this for 6, right? Actually, no, I want to get the damage in first. I want to get the damage in first, because they might just bounce Slumbering Trudge. They have run behind mana. They seemed to have something. Okay. I got them down to 6. Play a land. Hit you for 6. They could have redirect target spell or whatever. All right. Okay, all right. Traumatic critique does it again. Literally 4 traumatic critique kills. So funny. That is a traumatic critique if I ever heard one. Okay, I've probably said that 3 times already today. Apologies if you're tired of hearing it. All right, so we have 4 wins, 1 loss. The next loss and we're out, but we basically got back our entry fee for the event, so I'm very happy with that. Another win and we're actually making gems. 2 more wins and we actually would get a box. Oh, I love this hand actually. This looks really good. Kind of wish I was on the play with a hand like this, but because often when you play, oh, very nice. Very happy with that. Often when you play Ambitious Augmenter on 1, it just, and you're on the draw, it just gets killed because there's so many things for 1 or 2 mana that can kill a 1/1. All right, just gonna play a land, just play it really simple. Rampant growth, grab myself a swamp. I'm not going to try to get extra value with Ambitious Augmenter stuff by like getting to increment it, because next turn I'm just going to go land, Ambitious Augmenter, Potioner's Trove. Are you going to pump this? That would be really nice. No, okay. Potioner's Trove to get the increment done. Okay, pitching an elemental mascot, sure. Oh, that's interesting. I think it's Potioner's Trove though, all the way. Play an Ambitious Augmenter, play an island, play a Potioner's Trove, increment. Nothing else to do after that, unfortunately. I do want more interactive stuff, like removal would be good here, creatures, something. But next turn I can go Embrace the Paradox and gain 2. I mean, like, my card draw is online. These 2 together are 5 cards in my hand. If they kill Ambitious Augmenter, that's okay. Like, they're... Okay, that's fine. They're operating on a level that is not that important to me. Also, are they stuck on lands? Kind of looks like they might be. They would have... Oh, no, they can pump it with Rubble Rouser. If that's how you spend your turn, that's okay. Then I just know to start chump blocking after that. Okay, no, they were not stuck on lands, but they also don't have anything to play. Interesting. Wander Off is a really nice one. Okay, this just gives me so much optionality. Next, no attacks end. Bringing things back from the graveyard. What could you have here? Oh, you're removing something from the graveyard, of course. Okay, I get it. Of course. Ping me for 1, draw 2, and make 2 treasures. Okay, that happens. I accept. So Potioner's Trove deals with Rebel Rouser pretty nicely. I'll just take it. If it's 2 damage, I don't care. If they pump, I'll wander off, right? That's fine. They can play something for 6. 7, sorry. Exiling something from the graveyard, so they're gonna make a bunch of mana here. Improvisation Capstone. That's really disappointing. I mean, that's just the quality of card that I did not get in my deck, right? That's the kind of a thing where I needed to dodge it if I was gonna win this. All right, Garrison Excavator. That's the kind of card where I didn't have that kind of card quality in my deck. So I needed to just not see an opponent playing that if I was going to win this event. And it happens. Sometimes your opponent just has one of the best bombs in the format. Yeah, and I drew only lands, so... I drew only lands, so there's really nothing left to do. Can I win? I kind of just needed that to not happen. Maybe I can kind of keep up with them in value for the moment with Embrace, but probably not. What did they just flip? Visionary's Dance, get 2 3/3s. Yeah, I just needed that to not happen. Yeah, no, there's no... I don't think there's any path for me. And then they found another color. Yeah, beaten by 1 card, right? Everything else that they did, we could have easily handled. Every other card that we see here, we could have easily handled. Visionary Stance, Big Score, Elemental Mascot, the random 2/2, the 1/4, Garrison Excavator, Seize Dispose, and Practical Joke. Every other card that we see, we could have easily handled, but Noxious Newt, no problem at all. But the Paradigm card that flips to every turn, yeah, it's not really a beatable card for me. What can I do here? I guess I can try to get a Sloth. There's no way of sneaking in damage for Traumatic Critique anymore. I'm not going to concede because there's still technically the opportunity to get a box at the end of this, but we're in that territory for sure. So I'll put a land in tapped, then I'll play this land. I have a run behind up for a 3/3 token. If I can draw 19 lands... and Traumatic Critique, or maybe I can deck them. How about that? What did they get? Vibrant Outburst. Yeah, okay. Joke's on you. I don't have anything worth removing. Yeah, no, Improvisation Capstone single-handedly beat me. I didn't have Brush Off in my pool. I didn't have Spell Pierce, so I didn't even have any cards available to me in my pool that could interact with that. Overall, their deck, I mean, it seems perfectly consistent. I don't have like super negative things to say about it, but it's not like the card quality is like, you know, overwhelmingly. The Blazing Fire Singer, Mindful Biomancer, there are a bunch of cards in here that I would like rather not be playing, and I feel like we would have absolutely gone toe-to-toe with them if not for the 1 card of the Improvisation Capstone. So too bad. They may have more very good cards in their deck, of course. Not to say there's like definitely only 1 card in their deck that is capable of beating us here. It's just this would have been a very, very comfortable position for me without the Capstone. They opt not to pump. If we don't draw something really impressive, I don't know, like Mind into Matter into a bunch of action or something, I don't really know what it could be next turn, then I think it's concession time. Oh, what is this? Maybe they have some other really good card here. Traumatic critique for 5. Okay. All right. GG. What did I say? Every kill is a traumatic critique kill. Okay, I mean, that's another very good card, obviously. It's not like they were a one-trick pony or anything, but that game would have been, I think, very winnable without the improvisation capstone. But okay. You know what? I'm very happy to have piloted what I do consider to be a very weak pool to basically getting my gems back. And we had a lot of fun playing some high-stakes Magic. You do not want to end up in this kind of a situation, some kind of like messy, low power, salty grind without any real payoffs. The two cards that really stood out here, Mind into Matter and especially Traumatic Critique, those made it to some extent worthwhile. But if I could have just had a reasonable functional pool that could go toe to toe with, I don't know, like the one fast Silverquill deck that we played, I would have very, very much preferred to lean in that direction, just so that I don't get anyone thinking that like this is where you want to be. If you have like 3 Snarl songs, then yeah, this is where you want to be. But I ended up with tons of effort to set up a multicolor splash and very little payoff for it. And that's really kind of the worst of every world. So getting our gems back was an awesome result. Very happy about that, especially when we dropped a game so early. We were 1-1 at one point, and it looked like we may end the run without any gems at all. So I'm going to call this a win, not in the sense that I won a box, but it was a very good result for the pool, I think. So until tomorrow, well, actually until probably Monday, have tons of fun playing Magic, and don't be afraid to splash.